NLC. All right, I will call our listening session to order this evening. Thanks everybody for being here. Pam, you're the only one on our agenda.
I wouldn't make it tonight, and then Matt said, no, nobody signed up yet, so last minute decision.
Well, and as you know, we
limited her to 3 minutes.
I was just gonna go there.
That's like two minutes.
I'm done.
Thank you. Good to see
We
you.
break it down by the number of people here, but we also have a 10-minute limit per speaker. So
Okay,
you don't get the whole half hour, sorry. Yeah, I know.
okay. Well, I do talk kind of fast. So I have three things. I'll try to get them in. First of all, the animal shelter. I'm an animal lover, all creatures great and small. And I got confused. I saw at first I got hopeful. And you guys know Doris Olson? She is Mia's mother-in-law.
Jesus. Oh,
Maya Olson's mom.
Maya, sorry, I don't say that. Anyway, she's globbed on to me to help fight for the animal shelter. I told her I can't write about it unless I can see it because somebody else saying it's in horrible shape or this or that. And I can't see it. Apparently it's not open. And I really like John Carlson, right? Great guy. He's helped me with other things in the past, but I can't get in. So anyway, then we see this thing, I guess, when was that before, about that it's in the CIP, which is a big wish list. So that's not terrible. In the meantime, there was something that said, but then the city didn't want to waste money if it's going to be replaced soon, which obviously makes sense for any project, you know. What hope do we have for some improvements?
Mr. Mayor, council members, when we talked about the strategic priorities fund a couple weeks ago, we are holding $100,000 to make some improvements
In the strategic priorities.
in the interim. I would refer to the CIP as a planning document, not as a wish list. So
Okay, yes,
know that that's a facility that we have to address.
long-term planning, though, it's not like this is,
So have it on our list of items for potential capital bonding requests to the state of Minnesota. So we're going to assess I think we're going to take a look at assessing the service when we're looking at the facility itself. And we'll still try to address some immediate hygiene issues in the building, just to make it a little bit more livable.
yeah, and sometimes when I talk to Doris, I think she had more like the PetSmart Pet Hotel, you know, idea. I mean, as much as I would like it all to be a luxury experience for them, realistically, anyway, and I wish we could volunteer to help out there, but I know there are liability issues. Anyway, that's top on my list. The other thing is the whole PFAS thing, which I understand if things are in legal things, you can't say too much. But then like the next day to read in the paper, or was it on the TV? I forget, that there are PFAS like all over the community. And it looked like, at least from their website, that Highland Park is named it. So like with the Marriott thing, when you got upset that you found out about the Marriott possible purchase from TV or the media before the city, that's hard. Why can't we hear from you guys before we see it in the media?
Well, I think the whole PFAS issue is not brand new. I mean, this is, there's legislation that was passed last legislative session that puts a total ban on PFAS use in Minnesota by 2032. So, I mean, the existence of PFAS is, there's lawsuits all over the place. 3M is paying through the nose for it and has been for a number of years and will continue to. There are documented cases of it, and it's been connected to cancers. And as I said, there's legislation that was just passed and signed into law last time. So this isn't brand new. This
No.
PFAS has been happening.
You have two closed sessions in a row. It seemed like something had risen a little higher than, oh, this is old news. So, and then, and I won't ask you this actually, but you excused yourself and you're in a chip, but I don't know how they're associated, but that's whatever. Yeah, so I mean, it's just that even if a person said that, but why is it no,
And then that's,
maybe it's a totally separate,
and that's part of the closed session. That's, so the state
You
law
have no
says,
knowledge of, right?
which I have no knowledge of,
Thank
but I'm
you.
just going to speak about the state law says we can call closed sessions to discuss employment, to discuss negotiations and for litigation. You don't want to do any of those things in public.
no.
You don't want to discuss litigation or negotiations or employment contracts in public. And so that's what we're able to close the meeting for. And
Okay, so in a way, it's PFAS, but that's separate of the ongoing issue is sort of what you're saying?
If I may, Mr. Mayor,
Please.
council members, I would recommend that you look at our annual water report, which comes with the June briefing, because that gives you good information about,
June?
the information, it gives you good information about our water system. And there is a reference to PFAS in there,
Oh, it is.
right? And so I would,
Comes in the briefing, doesn't it?
it does, it's like an insert in the middle of the briefing.
It won't surprise you guys to know I keep them all.
I'm sure. Say, go back and look at that.
Thank you.
And then I would just reassure you that if there were an issue of contamination that rose to the level of public health, that we would alert the community
Okay,
to that effect.
but that's why, because you have two closed sessions and then it's in the paper. Okay, so,
And it specifically said in the purpose for the closed session that it was related to settlements,
right.
3M and DuPont.
Did say that and you replied with that, but that it had to do with PFAS and then it being in the news and
Mhm.
how much are these related?
can you?
Sure, Mayor and members, and Ms. Palmer. I recognize your concern, and so I put a link in the packet for the agenda item 3.9 tonight.
Oh,
You can click that link, it's blue online, and you'll be able to read more.
okay, good, 3.9.
Yep.
How did I miss that? I've gone through the agenda. Go through a lot of printed.
Just for clarification.
And not much here.
Gary,
Remember this?
regarding legal settlements that we're approving or potentially approving, not the legal settlement, but counsel for that
Yep.
Okay.
Related to those suits.
related to those, and it'll provide a little bit more information.
And I think the only other thing I would say, Mr. Mayor, is we had two sessions because we didn't come to the resolution we needed to in the first session, so we had to continue it. That's the only reason there were two.
Yes,
Is the
but
exact
but I'm saying.
Sure. I'm just letting,
Different meetings that it comes up, it's like, well,
I was just letting you know it was the exact same discussion. It was just we needed more time.
sure, no, yeah, but that means it seemed like a little more serious. And then I'm probably about out of time.
Got 3 minutes. Go.
Okay. I've asked you guys this in email. I never get a response, but have you ever considered just having an equity and inclusion department? Because people can be discriminated against for all kinds of reasons. Disabilities, age, gender, all kinds of things. I feel like, not just feel, since George Floyd, everything is laser on racial. And people can be discriminated against for lots of reasons. I mean, I graduated from the U in 96. So on my resume, I look younger than if it had said 70s, you know? Then I go in to interviews. I've given up now. I mean, I've been retired since 2000, but I've had lots of other friends with age discrimination. Equity and inclusion should be for everybody. Could you consider that more things are focused on everybody and not just race?
And I appreciate that. And I've seen your emails on this and I know you've had that, you've been passionate about it. I've seen a number of emails.
Yes, yeah,
This.
because I never hear back or anything.
I think and I agree, there can be discrimination based on a variety of different things, disability, age, income, socioeconomic.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's interesting now that the governor has reduced the degree, because I got many of my jobs because I went back in the 90s and got my degree. It had nothing to do, it was journalism. Now I'm doing it for free at the Sun Current. That paid off. But it was fun. I loved getting the degree. But most of the jobs I got, it's like, what? I mean, it's a way to discriminate or to filter out. I worked in HR, so I know that goes, yeah, well, whatever. I worked at Dorsey and Whitney. It had to be certain colleges. College, okay. Into the bad pile. So discrimination happens in so many ways. Just I hope that at some point, cities and companies and everything will start to think of more generic and not just, we only care about this.
And I don't think it's accurate to say we only care about that. I know we've had those conversations internally. I know that our employee groups reflect a variety of different, not just race, they reflect a variety of different groups within the city of Bloomington. Our Pride celebration shows that it's not just about races, sexual orientation as well. And it's,
I know you have Creekside and various things like that, but to have an equity and inclusion department that is labeled as racial limits the scope on that.
appreciate the sentiment. I did something to say.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor and Pam. I appreciate the concern. And I think maybe the city manager can talk to it because I can't ever remember the word, but Faith Jackson talks about it's not holistic, but it's intersectionality. And she's very clear in how that her department, because she's in charge of the department, goes about that business. And it is looking at all of these various groups that may be impacted on it. And I'll just say from my own perspective, one of the ways that I've come to understand the reason why we put race forward is the fact is in our country for over 200 years, race has always been an explicit consideration in public policy. And for the most part of that history, it has been negative.
Oh, yeah.
We have explicitly
Do not.
made
I-
racial decisions, but we haven't done that. We maybe had sucked at dealing with people with disabilities, seniors. We may not have done a great job.
At present-
There are very few groups, other than maybe the LGBTQ community, that were so explicitly decided against, so explicitly talked about in government policy. And so to raise that and elevate and that, and to say, you know what, it's okay to talk about that in a positive way. It's okay to talk about the impact that it has on disparate communities in a positive way, I think is a good thing. And that is not to exclude anybody. That is not to exclude the impacts on any other group,
Well, and
any other people.
Women and men.
Yeah, yeah.
It is still, and we've had a black president before we've had a female president. Now,
I called that when I was 14.
Well done.
If I
Obama, just to be clear,
I would say one more thing. The other thing,
still have his picture. It's-
Ms. Palmer, is it just, I think the way to read that office, it's racial equity, comma, inclusion, comma, and belong. They're addressing all three aspects of those. For example, I got the pleasure of sitting on the design team along with Councilmember Lohman for our Welcome to Bloomington program. That Welcome to Bloomington program is not discriminating against anything other than you're brand new here and we want to get to know you. And so that'll cut across gender lines.
Yeah, 'cause you-
Demographic lines, age
yes.
lines, right? Immigration status lines. And I'm really excited for that program to launch. And so that's coming out of that same office. And so I want to be careful that we don't think about it as the racial equity office. It's racial equity, comma, inclusion, comma, and belonging. And they're addressing that in that intersectionality, in that intersectional way. So happy to talk more about that offline, but I think
Yeah.
it's not just racial
Yeah.
equity. It's about inclusion, which includes making
Yeah,
sure.
no, I guess I would.
In our mission statement, right?
It's
A
common.
place where everyone wants to be. That's the idea, yeah.
Yeah, the commas. Of course, look how that goes with the guns.
All right, we are well over time. Thank you, Councilmember D'Alessandro. Thank you, Councilmember Nelson for chiming in. Like, we got an extra 4 minutes there. How about that? Wow.
Oh, boy.
Happen all the time, so well done.
Always happy
We'll
to
take that away next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I have a deficit now going into the next.
We keep a ledger. Reduction.
Oh, dear.
So thanks for being here tonight. Appreciate it.
Tonight's, yeah, I'm between putting away things for fall and dealing with health issues. I can barely keep track of what's going on. So, anyway,
Thanks for coming in.
yes. That's
But
it.
you have a driveway for the winter, so
What's that?
you have a driveway for the winter, so
Yeah,
doing good.
I've got that signed up and I don't think I'll get my money's worth out of the payment this month.
Okay.
And I'm not complaining about the weather. You know, it's insurance.
I think that's true. Everybody does that. Everybody goes, like, if I sign up for the service, I never use it. If I don't have it,
Yeah.
it's 120 inches of
Now,
snow.
last year they really
Oh, yeah, they do.
took a beating.
Absolutely.
And that's why a lot of the prices have gone up and.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
All right,
Thank you.
council, no one else here. I would look for a motion to adjourn.
So
Yeah, second.
I'll take the,
You watch.
get a motion and a yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0. We are adjourned. Thanks much. We will see you downstairs in a half hour.